So, but the first area I want to talk about is sales literature. And this is really an area where marketers get frustrated because they often find that sales reps will hoard information on their machine. They will send out dated material, they'll send out old information or use old PowerPoint templates. And with Microsoft Dynamics 365, we're really able to kind of bring that all together into the system and allow us to really control the delivery of that material when it's available. And it really helps eliminate a lot of the risks of sending out outdated information. Now, above and beyond just being able to categorize your sales literature, we're going to talk about some of the really cool things that we can do inside of Outlook to make that information visible right in email. So eliminating the need for sales reps to go out to the marketing S drive to look for critical information, or to have to email marketing and try to find out where the latest copy of information is. So without further ado, let me jump into the application here. So we are in the Sales Hub, which is Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement version. We're in the sales only section of the application. So in this area, we're going to be just talking to you high level about the abilities to manage the sales literature inside the environment and how that's handled. So I'm going to go over to the main menu and scroll down over to sales literature. Now, this is the section where it's going to show us all the sales literature that we've had inside the system. And right now, I've just got I got a white paper and maybe a delivery document that we want to go ahead and create. You can upload and add in new documents as you see fit. You also have the ability to categorize these documents as well. But I'm going to go ahead and just open up this one here in particular so we can spend a little bit of time talking about what we're able to capture and how we can use this information across the organization. So first and foremost, we can see that this particular document has an expiration date. And why that's critical is that we want to be able to control when documents are made available. We don't want sales using old material or service reps using old material. We want to make sure the most recent information is available. And you can start to categorize it into different areas and give brief descriptions in here. So this is a new white paper. And this will allow us to go ahead and store the information. We can upload the actual PDF document right here in the center console window. And then we also have the ability to kind of tag it to either competitors or maybe products within the system. So if we wanted to categorize all of our products, and then if each individual product has a product brochure, we have the ability to kind of upload and tag that here as well. So this ultimately becomes the central repository. And inside of here, once I quickly save this update, we can look at all the different sales literature that's in the system. Obviously, we have the ability to search for records. So if I needed to grab something, I could. But in the real world, this is great. This allows us to categorize all that sales literature, all that sales information in one central repository. But we know that this is not where sales is typically going to go to access information when the request comes through email. So I'm going to quickly switch over to my email inbox, and we see we've got this piece of email that came in from Joel saying, hey, we're interested in learning more about your products and services. Can you provide us with some additional information? Now, over to the right, we've got the Dynamics 365 window opened inside of our Outlook, and we're starting to see some information about Joel presented inside of our system. His contact information, phone number, work office number, the last activity that we've worked with Joel, as well as some opportunities and cases that exist. So again, this is a great area just to kind of mention. Inside of Outlook, we're starting to present both sales and service information to our end user so we can help Joel immediately. And again, giving Joel on the other end of this a consistent experience when interacting with our team. But in this case, we want to go ahead and reply to this email. And what we want to do is we want to send him that white paper because that's really what he's looking for. So thanks for reaching out. Please see attached. And we're going to go ahead and open that Dynamics 365 window again. Now, this time, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the paper icon here, and we're going to start looking for information. Now, what we can do here is we have the ability to templatize a response. Maybe Joel responded to a marketing campaign, and we just want to have the bulk of this email sent off to him with all the necessary information. Or maybe Joel is emailing us because he's got a service-related issue, so we can start adding knowledge base information. But in this example, I'm going to go ahead and add in sales literature. So again, I mentioned you can categorize this a bunch of different ways. This last one was just put in as a default, but now I can see here's our capital white paper, and I can insert it. So what this has done is it's done a couple of things. It's basically giving Joel access to all the latest information. It's going to give him the ability to add these documents into this email very quickly, so that that attachment is there, and we can send that off. It's also going to give us access to only the most critical and current information that's available inside the system. So we're not looking and using expired information. I'm not going into a separate folder to look for information like SharePoint or a marketing S drive that we might have hanging off the corner. And more importantly, from a sales perspective, I'm not looking at my own individual machine where I keep copies and copies and copies of everything. So this is allowing us to get that information real quick, and we can reply right away. And then now Joel's got the most latest and greatest piece of information in his inbox that we sent that's been marketing approved and marketing, marketing ready.